So John, I don't want to give everybody the wrong impression. We do more than just the REV, right?
Yeah, that's true. We're not just sitting at a desk all the time staring at our computer screens. Yeah, we work together and do a lot of different things.
What are some of the things that are outside of maybe the STF resources, like traveling? We travel, we have events and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, we've had some wonderful times. For example, spring Bible study.
Yes.
Now, spring Bible study is a favorite of mine because I love getting a whole bunch of people that are interested in the text together to discuss biblical topics. And I remember two of them I remember very specifically. One we did on covenants, and another we did on the kingdom of God. What is the kingdom of God, and what are some of the parameters and that kind of thing. So these were exciting times of just being together, fellowshipping, bouncing ideas off of one another. Contrary to what some people think, we haven't solved every biblical problem yet.
That's true.
So we need to bounce things off each other. And then travel itineraries. Yeah. And one of the things that's, you think about the teaching venues and stuff of the travel itineraries and meeting all the people in the different towns. And that's always been a whole lot of fun, and I really enjoy that. But then another thing that has been especially meaningful to me, I haven't asked you much about it, is the long trips in the car between. Because you're in one city in Pennsylvania, you're going to go to another city in New York, and I'm in the car with you for 5 hours just talking, rapping, chatting, life. It's just fun.
Yeah, you remember we used to do that circuit through Pennsylvania, New York, and we would listen to great courses.
I do remember.
Yeah, we would listen to like Roman history. We'd listen to, and I remember we listened to the Book of Proverbs and Psalms by Bruce Waltke. I mean, we must have listened to 8 hours of that.
I would say at least 8.
Maybe
what a great
more.
time. And then we're always punching the thing and stopping it and talking and punching it and stopping and talking.
Yeah, it definitely was quite disrupted of a listening experience, but man, I learned a whole lot. And the spring Bible studies, those were such a great time because it was where we were in an environment where we could be nerds. We could talk theology, and people who wanted to dive into the nitty-gritty detail. And there's a time to dissect things, and to look at the minutia. And then there's a time to step back and look at the bigger picture. Biblical study requires both. But those were a time where we could definitely just dive deep and talk about all the specifics of the text. And I remember that we came away, usually each of us both of us having a greater understanding of various things from the scriptures. And I know people really enjoyed those who don't get to do biblical research a lot, and they got to see a little window into our world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think both of those things are important. And it is true, when you get together like that and just you're bouncing ideas off each other and that kind of thing, it's amazing the little insights that kind of fill in a picture that make, like the one on covenants, it was just like, wow, I walked away with a much greater understanding of covenants than I had when I walked in the door to begin with. And I thought I was prepared and all that stuff, but you're with all, like you say, you're with all those nerds and you're bouncing ideas around and you just pick up stuff. It's wonderful.
I'm proud to be a Bible nerd. We also... go ahead.
And then there's Bible Land tours.
Oh, yeah. I was just going to mention those. Those are a favorite of both you and I. Mm-hmm. Gosh, there's nothing like going to the land where the events actually took place that we read about.
Maybe it's me, but I just don't tire of it. I mean, I've done 15 tours to the Bible lands now, including living over there in 77. And every time I go back, it's just as electric as the last time. It's just such a powerful experience. And then you get to see other people immerse in that experience and change. Going to the actual places where biblical events occurred changes people. Yeah. It really does. And it's such a wonderful experience to be part of that change and to see that happen in people's lives.
And it's also not just going back to the same places and seeing the same old stuff. I mean, you've gone over twice as many times as I have. And since you went first back in 77 till now, see, archaeology biblical archaeology is not a static thing. They're constantly uncovering new stuff. When back in 77, had the city of David in Jerusalem even been uncovered yet?
Parts of it had, like the Great Wall that supported his palace and that kind of thing. But I mean, it's just been in the last couple of years that they found the actual pool of Siloam. And now they've found what was called in the Bible the Millo, in the space between where Solomon built the temple and where David's palace was. Now they've discovered this huge wall that was there that they didn't even know about. I mean, it's just been discovered in the last couple of years. So yeah, you're right. And people don't realize that archaeology is destruction. You have to go down through the layers, and when you've gone through a layer, it's done, it's gone. But then you're looking at all this new stuff. So and there's so many things to see.
So every time we go back, I always am looking forward to what's the new part of the site that they've uncovered, that they've been working on. And I get to learn new things, but it's also, like you said, so enriching for people to be in the actual vicinity sometimes, or the actual place where biblical events, occurred. When I first went, it changed the way I read the Bible forever. Like I will never read the Bible the same again.
Right.
And it's my prayer as we take people over and we do that pilgrimage that happens for them too.
Yeah, and that's a good prayer, because obviously I haven't been over in a couple of years because of the wars and the tensions over there.
Oh, you mean to Israel?
Yeah, to Israel. Yeah. And wow, because I'd love to go back, but you can't really put anybody's life at risk. Yeah. So I'm kind of waiting for things to calm down over there and pray that they do.
It's a precarious part of the world. But until then, hey, we can keep on going to Turkey and Greece. Like we did this past year, went to Turkey and Greece together in the footsteps of the Apostle Paul and John. And I got to go to all 7 churches of Revelation, visit a bunch of places from Paul's itinerant ministry as he traveled around in Asia Minor and over in Greece and everything. And just really enjoyed that. It had been quite a few years since we'd done a tour together. Mm-hmm. So that was nice.
That was fun.
We'll do another one here, I'm sure, soon.
Love it. It'll be fun. And we've got itineraries coming up too. Some of the itineraries and meetings that we have. In fact, we've got, that's why you're here in my house, because we've got a meeting coming up, a big event coming up, over 60 people registered. And this weekend, we'll be up at Dade County State Park and enjoying the company of a lot of great believers.
Yeah, it's our goal here going forward to try to expand and do more traveling and see people face to face, because it's really that in-person encounter and time spent with one another that is so meaningful. So we're looking forward to what the future holds and the opportunity that God makes available for us.